Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and seen not just confusion, but a flicker of fear? It might have happened during a conversation about that near-death experience you had, or when you mentioned the profound peace you find in meditating before dawn. We've all been there, trying to share a glimpse of the extraordinary with someone firmly planted in the ordinary. But sometimes those attempts can backfire spectacularly, leaving a bewildered silence or worse, a mocking laugh. The truth is, there are certain things about the spiritual path that simply don't translate well to the purely logical mind. It's like trying to describe the taste of a rainbow to someone who's only ever eaten black and white cookies. They might imagine some bland, monochrome flavor, completely missing the vibrant symphony on the tongue. So how do we bridge this gap? How do we share the life-changing experiences that fuel our souls without alienating those we love? The answer lies in understanding what resonates with the non-spiritual mind and what might sound like a fantastical tale from a faraway land. In this video, we'll explore the 9 things you should think twice about uttering to someone who hasn't yet embarked on a spiritual journey. Number 1. The veil of illusion. One of the first things you should never discuss with a non-spiritual person is the veil of illusion that shrouds our perception of reality. In the teachings of many spiritual traditions, it is often said that the world we perceive with our senses is but a mere illusion, a fleeting mirage that obscures the true nature of existence. Yet, to the non-spiritual seeker, such notions may seem absurd or even heretical. For those who have not yet glimpsed beyond the veil, the material world appears solid and immutable, governed by the laws of physics and the dictates of logic. But peel back the layers of illusion, and we find that reality is far more fluid and malleable than we ever imagined. Immanuel Kant explored the nature of reality and perception in his philosophical works, particularly in his concept of the phenomenal and noumenal worlds. According to Kant, the phenomenal world is the reality as we perceive it through our senses, shaped by our mental faculties and subject to the constraints of space and time. However, Kant posited that there exists a noumenal realm beyond our sensory perception where reality may exist independently of our experience. This notion aligns with the idea in spiritual traditions that the material world is but a limited manifestation of a deeper, transcendent reality. Similarly, our perception of reality is limited by the confines of our own experience. We see the world through the lens of our own beliefs, biases, and conditioning, forming a fragmented understanding of the greater whole. To the non-spiritual seeker, the idea that reality is but an illusion may seem unfounded or even nonsensical, yet for those who have peered beyond the veil, it is a truth as clear as day. Number 2, the power of intention. Next comes the power of intention. In the realm of spirituality, it is believed that our thoughts and intentions have the power to shape the world around us, influencing the course of events and manifesting our deepest desires into reality. But to the non-spiritual seeker, such ideas may seem fanciful or even delusional. In the teachings of many spiritual traditions, the concept of intention is central to the practice of manifestation and creation. By focusing our thoughts and directing our energy towards a specific goal, we can align ourselves with the universal forces at play, paving the way for our intentions to be realized. But for those who have not yet delved into the depths of spiritual understanding, the idea that our thoughts have the power to shape reality may seem far-fetched. After all, in a world governed by the laws of cause and effect, it can be difficult to comprehend how something as intangible as intention could have any real impact on the physical world. In the mysteries of the spiritual realm, we come to understand that the power of intention lies not in its ability to manipulate the external world, but rather in its ability to align us with the natural flow of the universe. In the ancient parable of the 2 wolves, a Cherokee elder tells his grandson that 2 wolves are battling within each of us, one representing fear, anger, and darkness, and the other representing love, compassion, and light. When the grandson asks which wolf will win, The elder replies, "The one you feed." The parable of the two wolves contains profound wisdom that resonates across cultures and spiritual traditions. It speaks to the inner struggle that each person faces, the eternal battle between light and darkness that rages within the depths of the soul. At its core, the parable highlights the power of choice and intention in shaping our inner landscape and, by extension, our outward actions and experiences. The two wolves represent opposing forces within us. One is driven by fear, negativity, and destructive emotions, while the other embodies love, compassion, and the pursuit of goodness. The elder's response to his grandson's question, "The one you feed," shows the importance of mindfulness and self-awareness in navigating this internal conflict. It serves as a reminder that we have the agency to choose which aspects of ourselves we nurture and cultivate. By feeding the wolf of love and compassion, we nourish qualities that uplift and enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. Conversely, if we succumb to fear and anger, we risk perpetuating cycles of suffering and discord. Number 3, the illusion of separation. In existence, it is often said that we are all interconnected, bound together by the invisible threads of consciousness that weave through the fabric of reality. Yet, to the non-spiritual seeker, such a notion may seem inconceivable or even absurd. The concept of separation is seen as an illusion, a trick of the mind that blinds us to the interconnectedness of all things. From the smallest atom to the furthest reaches of the cosmos, we are all but individual expressions of the same universal consciousness, each playing our part in the grand symphony of existence. But the idea that we are all connected may seem foreign or even unsettling to those who have not yet delved into the depths of spiritual understanding. After all, in a world that often seems driven by division and conflict, it can be difficult to comprehend how we could be united by anything other than our differences. But the illusion of separation is but a shadow cast by the ego, the false sense of self that seeks to divide and conquer in its quest for dominance. In the ancient parable of the wave and the ocean, a wave laments its separation from the ocean, longing to return to the source from which it came. Yet the ocean gently reminds the wave that it has never been separate, but rather an integral part of the greater whole. Similarly, we are all but waves upon the ocean of consciousness, each rising and falling in our unique way, yet forever connected to the vast expanse of the universal sea. The parable of the wave and the ocean speaks to the fundamental interconnectedness of all existence and the illusion of separateness that permeates our perception of reality. It invites us to contemplate the nature of our identities and our relationship to the greater whole. In the huge ocean, countless waves rise and fall, each with its distinct characteristics and trajectory. From the smallest ripples to the towering crests, each wave appears to be a separate entity, distinct from its surroundings. Similarly, in life, we perceive ourselves as discrete beings, isolated from the world around us and separate from one another. Number 4, the mystery of time. Now we encounter the fourth truth that must be approached with reverence: the mystery of time. In our daily lives, time appears as a linear progression, marching relentlessly forward with each passing moment. But in the eyes of the spiritual seeker, time is not merely a measurement of duration, but a profound mystery, a veil that conceals the eternal creation and destruction. Time is seen as cyclical, repeating endless patterns of birth, growth, decay, and renewal. From the changing of the seasons to the rising and setting of the sun, the rhythms of time remind us of the eternal cycles that govern the universe. One scientific discovery that resonates with the cyclical view of time found in many spiritual traditions is the concept of cosmic inflation. Cosmic inflation is a theory in cosmology that suggests the early universe underwent a rapid expansion, causing space to stretch exponentially in a brief period after the Big Bang. This concept aligns with the cyclical view of time in spiritual traditions, where time is perceived as a series of cycles or patterns rather than a linear progression. Just as the universe undergoes cycles of expansion and contraction in cosmic inflation, so too do many spiritual teachings describe cycles of creation, destruction, and renewal. The study of circadian rhythms provides another scientific perspective on the cyclical nature of time. Circadian rhythms are biological processes that follow a roughly 24-hour cycle, influencing various physiological functions such as sleep-wake patterns, hormone release, and metabolism. These rhythms are synchronized with the Earth's rotation and the cycle of day and night, reflecting the interconnectedness of living organisms with the natural world. But for a non-spiritual person, time may seem like a fixed and immutable force, a relentless march toward an uncertain future. They don't understand that time is but a construct of the mind, a tool used to navigate the ever-changing landscape of existence. It is only when we embrace the present moment fully that we can steer our course toward the true target of our soul. Number 5, the nature of suffering. In existence, suffering is an ever-present thread woven into the fabric of our lives. It manifests in various forms: physical pain, emotional turmoil, existential angst, and touches us all in profound ways. Suffering is seen as an inevitable part of the human condition, a consequence of our attachment to the transient pleasures of the material world. The concept of suffering as an integral aspect of the human condition is deeply rooted in the teachings of Buddhism, where suffering, or dukkha, is identified as one of the four noble truths. According to Buddhist teachings, all beings experience suffering due to the inherent impermanence and unsatisfactoriness of life. The path to liberation, or nirvana, involves recognizing the causes of suffering, such as attachment and desire, and transcending them through practices like mindfulness and compassion. Similarly, Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, emphasizes the importance of accepting and enduring hardship as a means of achieving inner peace and virtue. Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus and Seneca taught that while external circumstances may be beyond our control, we have the power to cultivate resilience and equanimity in the face of adversity through rational reflection and self-discipline. At the heart of Stoicism lies the principle of stoic indifference, or apatheia, which does not imply a lack of emotion, but rather a state of inner calm and tranquility in the face of life's ups and downs. Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events or the actions of others, we have complete autonomy over our thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. By focusing on what is within our control, namely our thoughts, choices, and actions, we can cultivate resilience and equanimity in the face of adversity. For those who haven't started discovering themselves, suffering might seem like a big problem, a dark cloud in their life. When we uncover the truth, we realize that suffering isn't something to defeat, but something to learn from. Number 6, the quest for meaning. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get lost in the mundane routines and trivial pursuits that consume our time and energy. But deep within the recesses of our soul, there lingers a yearning for something more, a longing for a deeper purpose and a higher calling. The search for meaning is at the core of the human experience, guiding us on a journey of self-discovery and self-realization. From the existential ponderings of philosophers to the mystical insights of mystics, the quest for meaning is a universal pursuit that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. In Viktor Frankl's work on logotherapy, Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, explored the importance of finding meaning and purpose in life as a key factor in human resilience and well-being. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl recounts his experiences in Nazi concentration camps and reflects on how the search for meaning helped him and others endure unimaginable suffering. He observed that those who were able to find purpose in their suffering, whether through serving others, maintaining hope for the future, or finding meaning amid adversity were more resilient and psychologically healthy. Frankl's research and clinical practice led him to develop logotherapy, a form of existential therapy focused on helping individuals discover meaning and purpose in their lives. Unlike other forms of psychotherapy that focus on past experiences or current symptoms, logotherapy emphasizes the importance of future-oriented meaning-making as a path to healing and personal growth. This highlights the universal human need for meaning and purpose, regardless of cultural or religious background. It suggests that the quest for meaning is not only a philosophical or spiritual pursuit, but also a fundamental aspect of psychological well-being and resilience in the face of adversity. By recognizing and nurturing this innate desire for meaning, individuals can find greater fulfillment and vitality in their lives, even amidst the challenges and uncertainties of the modern world. The search for meaning may seem like an elusive dream, forever out of reach to non-spiritual people. But as we peel back the layers of illusion, we come to understand that meaning is not something to be found externally, but something to be cultivated from within. Number 7. The call of the soul. In everyday life, amidst the distractions and demands of the material world, there exists a whisper, a gentle nudge from the depths of our being, urging us to awaken to our true nature. This call of the soul beckons us to remember who we are beyond the roles we play and the masks we wear, inviting us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-realization. The soul is the eternal essence of our being, the spark of divinity that resides within each one of us. It is the source of our deepest desires and highest aspirations, guiding us on a path towards wholeness and fulfillment. German existentialist philosopher Martin Heidegger explored the concept of awakening to our true nature and the call of the soul. Heidegger delved into the nature of being and the existential experience of human existence, emphasizing the importance of authenticity and self-discovery. In Heidegger's philosophy, he discusses the idea of being towards death, which is not a morbid fixation on mortality, but rather an acknowledgement of the finite nature of human existence. He argues that in confronting our mortality, we are compelled to confront the question of our authentic existence and the meaning of our lives. Heidegger introduces the concept of Dasein, which can be translated as being there or existence. Dasein refers to the unique mode of being that characterizes human existence, marked by self-awareness, temporal existence, and the capacity for transcendence. Heidegger suggests that Dasein is fundamentally oriented towards an authentic existence, a striving towards self-realization and fulfillment. This philosophy resonates with the idea of the soul as the eternal essence of our being and the call to awaken our true nature. It invites us to transcend the distractions and demands of the material world and to listen to the whispers of our innermost being, guiding us on a journey of self-discovery and self-realization. By embracing our authentic existence and heeding the call of the soul, we embark on a path toward wholeness and fulfillment, aligning ourselves with the deeper currents of existence and tapping into the infinite potential that resides within each of us. Life may seem like a series of disconnected events, devoid of meaning or purpose for those who have not yet heeded the call of the soul. And when they do, they will come to understand that the soul speaks to us in whispers, nudging us toward the experiences and encounters that will lead us closer to our true selves. Number 8. The dance of light and shadow. In life, light and shadow are but two sides of the same coin, inseparable and intertwined in the process of creation. From the first light of dawn to the fading glow of dusk, the ebb and flow of light and shadow shape the contours of our world, revealing hidden truths and veiling mysteries yet to be uncovered. The interplay of light and shadow is a metaphor for the dual nature of reality, the eternal dance between the forces of good and evil, creation and destruction. It is through the contrast of light and shadow that we come to understand the true nature of existence. embracing both the beauty and the darkness that reside within us all. Life is a constant struggle between opposing forces, a never-ending battle between light and darkness for non-spiritual people. Even though light and shadow are but two sides of the same coin, each plays a vital role in the unfolding drama of life. In the ancient parable of the yin and the yang, a symbol of balance and harmony, we see the interplay of light and shadow represented in the swirling dance of black and white. But it is in the center, in the stillness of the void, that we find true balance, embracing both the light and the shadow as integral aspects of our being. Similarly, we are all like the yin and the yang, dancing through the cycles of light and shadow in our unique way. True peace and balance come when we accept all parts of ourselves, both the good and the bad. Number 9. The Eternal Quest. In the universe there exists a boundless sea of knowledge and wisdom, waiting to be explored by those who dare to seek it. From the ancient sages of old to the modern mystics of today, the quest for truth and enlightenment has been the driving force behind humanity's greatest achievements and deepest insights. The journey towards truth is a lifelong pursuit, a winding path filled with twists and turns, highs and lows. It is a journey of self-discovery and self-realization, a quest to uncover the hidden truths that lie buried within the recesses of our souls. The idea of the quest for truth and enlightenment as a lifelong pursuit is found in the philosophy of existentialism. Existentialism, which emerged in the 19th and 20th centuries, emphasizes individual freedom, responsibility, and the search for meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe. One of the key figures in existentialist philosophy is Jean-Paul Sartre, who famously stated that existence precedes essence, meaning that individuals create their meaning and identity through their actions and choices. Existentialists believe that life has no inherent meaning or purpose, and it is up to each individual to confront the existential realities of existence and forge their path toward authenticity and fulfillment. In the existentialist view, the quest for truth and enlightenment is a deeply personal and subjective endeavor. It involves grappling with the fundamental questions of existence. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And confronting the uncertainties and ambiguities of life with courage and integrity. Existentialism encourages individuals to embrace the inherent freedom and responsibility that comes with being human, to confront the existential angst and despair that may arise from the awareness of our mortality, and to find meaning and significance in the face of life's inherent absurdity. In this sense, existentialism resonates with the idea of the journey towards truth and enlightenment as a lifelong pursuit. It acknowledges the complexity and ambiguity of human existence and invites individuals to engage in a continuous process of self-discovery and self-realization, navigating the twists and turns of life's journey with courage, authenticity, and integrity. But for those who have not yet embarked on the journey of truth, life is a series of unanswered questions, a never-ending search for meaning and purpose. The truth is not something to be found externally, but something to be discovered within ourselves. You see, we all want to connect with the people we care about, but sometimes spirituality becomes a bridge too far. While sharing your journey can be enriching, certain things might land with a thud or worse if the listener isn't on the same wavelength. The journey of spiritual exploration is deeply personal and subjective, and what resonates as truth for one individual may not necessarily resonate for another. By being mindful of what you share and respecting others' perspectives, you can cultivate understanding and avoid unintentionally pushing people away. The beauty of spirituality often lies in the exploration itself, and sometimes the most profound moments are best cherished quietly within. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.